You have to be aware. This is not stuff that's going to, it's not entertaining. It's not, it's not educational. It's just, you need to watch it so that way you understand exactly how bad this human being was and how bad of a person you would have to be in any way associated with this human being. And, I don't care whether he killed himself or not. I'll be honest with you, other than the fact that he could have maybe outed Trump or anybody else that was a part of it, I'm glad he's dead. I'm happy he's dead. Because at least that means he can't hurt anybody else. So anyways, let's watch this video. This is a MSNBC video talking about them sending... I finally figured out how to work my machine here. Sending the former defense attorney, now deputy AG, to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Donald Trump might, at this point, have better luck stopping a freight train. But he's trying anyway this afternoon to turn the page, to move on from what has become the most enduring debacle of his second term as president. That is, of course, the Epstein Files ordeal, which Politico reports has entered a new stage. Quote, if it wasn't a crisis already, it is indisputably one now, and it threatens to swallow the news cycle and drastically complicate the GOP's push to enact Trump's agenda.
Something, I said this the other night. I don't think it was on the stream. It was on my own stream. It drives me nuts the way this is talked about. Like I said, this isn't a time for soft language. You shouldn't be saying, and it threatens to swallow the news cycle and drastically complicates the GOP's push to enact Trump's agenda. This is not like the guy cheated on his wife. This is not, he got caught in fucking securities fraud. This isn't, he hid some fucking things he did during the election to get extra votes. This is real women that still live and still have to live with the things that this person did. This should, you know what this news story should be? This news story is alleged sex trafficker and PDF file is in big fucking trouble because people are onto his ass, and if enough evidence comes out, his ass is going to jail. That's what it should be. I fucking hate the way the news talks about this. Well, it seems like Trump's been pitched a curveball. Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't a curveball. This motherfucker just killed the team on the bus and walked out on the field. Isn't it fucking you? How's he gonna deal with this one? Jesus Christ, it drives me nuts.
As we speak, Donald Trump is in the midst of what amounts to an arm-waving look over here mission. He's at the headquarters of the Federal Reserve following repeated ceaseless criticism of Fed Chair Jerome Powell over myriad things, especially over his refusal to lower interest rates and the cost of renovations to that building. Donald Trump is expected to deliver remarks from the Fed. We'll watch them for you if news is made. We'll report it to you immediately. But it's the story that the administration can't quite escape at this point. And there are developments to tell you about. Because we understand Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche met with Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, in a Tallahassee courthouse. That meeting appears to be over. Maxwell's attorney said as much, adding that her client answered all the questions. If Blanche emerges at any point in the next couple hours and speaks to cameras, we'll monitor that for you as well. The Trump administration framed Blanche's visit to Maxwell as a search for answers, a position complicated by a couple of factors. First, Maxwell appears to be an unreliable witness. Among her charges was perjury. And a July 2020 Department of Justice filing, while Trump was president, continued her supporting her continued detention, reads in part, quote, the defendant's willingness to brazenly lie under oath about her conduct, including some of the conduct charged in the indictment, strongly suggests her true motive has been and remains to avoid being held accountable for her crimes. Now, the second complicating factor, more news outlets, including the New York Times, have now confirmed the story we came on the air with at this hour yesterday, That is that Attorney General Pam Bondi told Donald Trump in the spring that his name appears in the Epstein
100%.
files. We'll point out again and again that the mere presence of Donald Trump's name in the Epstein files is not the same thing as evidence that Donald Trump committed a crime or engaged in any wrongdoing, but it is notable, given how badly this is.
If he didn't commit a crime, he would have just released the files. I don't know how this has to be this fucking hard for people. No one would fucking push back this hard on something unless they did something that they weren't supposed to, or they have knowledge of somebody that did shit that they weren't supposed to be doing, which in itself is a fucking crime. You can't have a person say, there might not be any actual connections of criminality here. It's just he really, really doesn't want this information to come to light. To me, that's all the evidence I need. Let me tell you something. My wife can look at my phone anytime she wants. My kids can go, hey, can I get your phone real quick? I want to look what this login is or do whatever on my phone. Well, yeah, go do it. I don't give a shit. You know why? Because I have nothing to hide. Zero. But if my wife were to say, hey, I need to get something off your phone. Can I get the login information? Can I get the pattern? And I was like, fuck. I can never remember my pattern. The PIN code? You said the PIN code? Oh. I'm thinking right now, I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember. Have you seen my phone? I don't even know what my phone is. Here, let me get that for you. Actually, what are you trying to do? If that's how I respond to that shit, you can 100% bet that there is some shit on my phone that I'm trying to keep my wife from seeing. Okay? This isn't fucking rocket science. They're like, he doesn't want to release the information for some crazy reason. It's really weird. Strangest thing ever. Can't believe it. I mean, I don't know, maybe he needs to look over them files one more time. Like, the news media is fucking absolutely garbage.
It's been handled and how hard the administration is insisting to its own base
Children, not
that it
so
should move
much.
on. Last
Rolanda,
night,
I
a
don't use
lawyer
my
for
phone.
some 200 Epstein victims called on lawmakers to subpoena Epstein's estate for a so-called birthday book that was presented to Epstein at his 50th birthday party by Ghislaine Maxwell. Watch.
I do know that they were involved in the assembly of the book, several of them. They were told by Ghislaine to assist in putting the book together. Others have seen the book post birthday and after it was assembled. So the existence of the book is it's an absolute fact. Now, who wrote letters? What's in the book? You're going to have to get the book to figure it out.
Yep.
Now, following that interview, MSNBC reached out to the Epstein estate to confirm not just the existence of the book in question, but whether or not it is still in their possession. Representatives responded, quote, "The Epstein estate will comply with all lawful process," end quote. That is where we start today with some of our favorite reporters and friends. NBC News White House correspondent Von Hilliard joins us.
It's all coming out, guys. Yeah, I want to take a look at this other one, too, while we still got time. It's all coming out, guys. A little bit at a time. It's all coming out. So we got this one here. This is what's happening right now to Trump. And this is, I love this for him, because the very tool that he used, pun intended, to win this election, the victimhood and sometimes legit grievances of young men, is turning against him, and I am so here for this. I am so here for this. This is exactly what should be happening. And it makes me feel really good about young voters that they are possibly waking up to a mistake they made. Because I say this about people that steal stuff in my store. I say, a young person stealing from my store, I don't think you should, but I can understand. I know you're young, you're dumb, you make mistakes. Unfortunately, there's a lot of old-ass people that steal from my store. And those people, I'm like, you're old enough to know better. Fuck is wrong with you? So I always say that there's always hope for young people to learn from their mistakes and do better. And I will always give more credence to them saying they've made mistakes and that they will do better than I do for older people, because I genuinely believe in giving people a path to redemption.